But does married life seem a little boring to you? Does it seem boring? A little sedate? No. I've seen interesting marriages, and I've seen not interesting marriages. Do you love him? Pardon me? Do you love him? We all remember him as Jack from Titanic. Young, fearless, and hopelessly in love. But Leonardo DiCaprio is more than just that unforgettable role. Over the years, he's become one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Oscars, hit movies, red carpet moments. He's done it all. But while his career soared, his personal life stayed complicated, especially when it came to love. At 50, Leo has dated supermodels, walked away from serious relationships, and avoided one big question. Why has he never married? Well, the wait is over. For the first time, DiCaprio finally shares the real reason behind his lifelong decision. Join us as we take a look at his personal life and uncover the honest truth behind why Leonardo DiCaprio says he'll never walk down the aisle, from a small house in L.A. to global stardom. Leonardo DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. He was the only child of Irmeline, a legal secretary, and George DiCaprio, an artist. They met in college and later moved to L.A. after graduating. Leonardo got his name when his mom felt him kick for the first time while looking at a Leonardo da Vinci painting in an Italian museum. When Leonardo was just a baby, his parents separated. George had fallen in love with another woman and moved out. But both parents still wanted to raise him, so they lived in side-by-side homes with a shared garden. George stayed with his girlfriend and her son, Adam Farrar. Leonardo became close to Adam and even looked up to him. As Leonardo grew up, he and his mother moved around Los Angeles, including a neighborhood called Los Feliz. Leonardo once said that his parents were very bohemian. He also shared that he grew up in a tough area, surrounded by crime and poverty. Still, he always admired and trusted his parents. He went to a few schools, including the Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies and John Marshall High School. But Leonardo didn't enjoy regular school. What he really wanted was to act, dreaming bigger than the classroom. As a kid, Leonardo dreamed of becoming a marine biologist or an actor. He picked acting because he loved performing. He liked copying people, making faces, and seeing how others reacted. His love for acting started young. He said it began when he was just 2 years old and danced on stage at a festival, making people smile. Leonardo's interest grew when he saw his stepbrother Adam get paid for a TV commercial. That job made Adam $50,000, and Leo saw what was possible. He later tried to act on the kids' show Romper Room, but he says he got kicked off for being too disruptive. The host, however, denied this story. At one point, Leonardo almost gave up acting to focus on breakdancing after winning second place in a contest in Germany. By age 14, he got his first real job, a commercial for Matchbox cars. That opened doors, and soon he did ads for Kraft Singles, Apple Jacks, and Bubble Yum. But getting there wasn't easy. He spent 1.5 years trying to find an agent. One agent even told him to change his name to Lenny Williams to sound more American. He refused. With his dad's support, he kept trying. Finally, a family friend helped him get noticed by casting directors. And soon, Leo landed around 20 commercials, starting small, thinking big. Leonardo's first real acting job came in 1989. He played Glenn in 2 episodes of The New Lassie. From there, he got a few small parts, including in Santa Barbara and a show called The Outsiders. His big break came when he joined the TV series Parenthood, where he played Gary Buckman, a troubled teen. He took the role seriously and studied Joaquin Phoenix's performance from the original movie. His work on Parenthood and Santa Barbara earned him 2 Youth and Film Award nominations. Around the same time, he appeared on a game show called Fun House, where he had to do funny stunts like catching a fish with his teeth. Even as a young actor, Leo was full of energy and always ready to entertain. In 1991, Leonardo made his movie debut in Critters 3, a horror film. He later joked that it was one of the worst movies ever, and not something he was proud of. That same year, he played Luke Brower, a homeless kid on the TV show Growing Pains. The producers hired him to bring in younger viewers, especially girls. Actress Joanna Kearns said Leonardo was smart, playful, and liked to joke around. Although the ratings didn't improve, Leo still earned another award nomination for his performance, earning respect in Hollywood. In 1992, Leo had a tiny part in Poison Ivy, but something much bigger came next. He was chosen by Robert De Niro to star in This Boy's Life, based on the real story of writer Tobias Wolff. Leo played Toby, a troubled teen with a difficult stepfather. De Niro played the stepdad. It was a tough role, and Leo had a lot to learn. Director Michael Caton-Jones said Leo didn't know how to act on a real set at first, so he used a strict style to teach him. Leo took the lessons seriously. The movie earned praise, especially for how Leo showed his character's growth. Critics were impressed, and This Boy's Life became the movie that made people start noticing him, but he wasn't done yet. Just a year later, he gave a powerful performance in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, where he played a boy with developmental disabilities. That role got him his first Academy Award nomination. People were amazed by how real and emotional his acting was. Leonardo kept climbing. He starred in the romantic films Romeo plus Juliet in 1996 and Titanic in 1997. Both were huge hits, especially Titanic, which became the highest-grossing movie of that time. It made him a global superstar. Suddenly, everyone knew who Leonardo DiCaprio was. Fans loved him, but he didn't want to be stuck playing the romantic guy forever. So he took a break and came back with a new plan. He wanted to try different roles. In 2002, he starred in Catch Me If You Can and Gangs of New York. That second film was the first time he worked with director Martin Scorsese. They later made many movies together and became a strong team. Leo kept taking on serious roles. He played a troubled businessman in The Aviator 2004, a diamond smuggler in Blood Diamond 2006, and a police officer in The Departed 2006. Each role showed a new side of him. In 2008, he played a married man in Crisis in Revolutionary Road. His acting was always deep and intense. In the 2010s, he kept going strong. He starred in Inception, Django Unchained, and The Wolf of Wall Street. In 2015, he finally won an Oscar for The Revenant, where he played a frontiersman fighting to survive. He later appeared in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Don't Look Up. Most recently, he starred in Killers of the Flower Moon in 2023. Beyond the screen, Leonardo didn't just stop at acting. He started a company called Appian Way Productions. It helped produce many of his films and a TV series called Greensburg. He also became known for something else, protecting the planet. He created the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation to raise awareness about the environment. In 2005, France gave him a big honor, making him a Commander of the Order of Arts and Letters for his work in the arts. And in 2016, Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world. He also became a United Nations Messenger of Peace. That means he speaks out on global issues, especially climate change. Over time, he became a symbol of using fame for something bigger. In 2022, fans voted him as one of the 50 greatest actors of all time in a Empire Readers poll. But behind all the fame and success, there was always one thing people kept wondering. Why has Leonardo DiCaprio never been married? That question followed him everywhere. And now, at 50, Leo is finally ready to answer it. But to understand the whole context, let's take a closer look at his relationships from the start. the actor who dated the world's most famous women. Leonardo DiCaprio has always made headlines, whether it's for his movies or his love life. Ever since he rose to fame in Titanic, people have been curious about who he's dating. Over the years, he's been linked to many well-known women, especially models and actresses. And yes, it's become something of a pattern. One of the earliest names connected to him was Bridget Hall. She was a popular Victoria's Secret model in the 90s. The two were often seen together at events back in 1994. Although they didn't talk much about it, people believed she was Leo's first model girlfriend. Then came Naomi Campbell, another famous model. Their rumored romance happened in the mid-90s. It didn't last long, but what's interesting is that they stayed close friends. Even years later, they've been spotted vacationing together and showing up at charity events. In 2015, rapper 50 Cent posted a photo saying, "I get photo bombed by the hottest people in the world. You should try living without limits," with both Campbell and DiCaprio in the picture. After that, he dated Kristen Zhang, a model he took to the premiere of Romeo plus Juliet in 1996. But the couple broke up just before Titanic came out and changed Leo's life forever. Speaking of which, things got a little unclear when Demi Moore entered the picture. The two were spotted together in 1997, but Moore was still married to Bruce Willis at the time. There's no solid proof that they were in a relationship, but people couldn't help but talk. And then there was Helena Christensen, another big name from the modeling world. They were often seen at parties together around the time Titanic was released. Again, there was no confirmation from either side, so some believed they were just friends. DiCaprio's love life didn't stop there. In fact, the next few years were filled with short romances and rumors that kept his name in the spotlight. Short romances and unconfirmed rumors. Amber Valletta was one of those rumored flames. According to gossip at the time, Leo saw her photo in a magazine and asked his people to get in touch with her. That sounds like something straight out of a movie, but just like many of his relationships, it was never confirmed. Valletta later married an Olympic athlete and then a finance expert. Another name that came up was Eva Herzegovina, a Czech model. They reportedly had a brief 2-month romance after meeting at the premiere of The Man in the Iron Mask. But later, Eva denied anything romantic ever happened. The first long-term relationship that got real attention was with Gisele Bündchen. The two dated for about 6 years, from 1999 to 2005. This was one of Leo's more serious relationships. The couple even visited the Amazon rainforest together in 2004 to bring attention to environmental issues. Gisele once shared her side of the story in her 2018 book, Lessons, My Path to a Meaningful Life. She wrote, "No longer numbing myself with smoking, drinking, and too much work, I was becoming more and more aware of things that I'd chosen not to look at." Was I alone in wanting to do some serious soul-searching while he stayed the same? In the end, unfortunately, the answer was yes. Gisele later married NFL star Tom Brady and started a family. But her time with Leo still remains one of his most well-known relationships. More models and a few famous faces. Next came Bar Raffaele, another big name in the modeling world. The two met at a party in Las Vegas and dated on and off for 5 years. They were even seen sitting courtside at a Lakers game in 2010. Their relationship ended in May 2011. In a magazine interview, Raffaele shared how the breakup helped her grow, and she said, "I came to understand a lot of things about myself. I worked on myself, and I grew up. I didn't know what alone was like. Today, I know that a relationship can work only if you know you can be alone and you are not afraid." During a break from Raffaele, DiCaprio dated Anne Violetsina, a Russian model who worked with Victoria's Secret and Sports Illustrated. Their romance didn't last long, and Anne later went on to marry singer Adam Levine. In 2011, fans were surprised when DiCaprio started dating Blake Lively, the star of Gossip Girl. Their romance was fast and intense. They were seen on a yacht together in Cannes, and also spotted in places like Italy, New York, and even Australia. The producer of Gossip Girl, Joshua Safran, shared a fun memory from that time. He said, "Blake was dating DiCaprio at the time, and she had this thing where she had a doll that she took photos of that she sent to Leo. It was her way of documenting life, before Instagram was even a thing." And as the years went by, Leonardo DiCaprio's dating history kept growing, with younger models being a common thread. More romances in the more recent years. In 2012, Leonardo DiCaprio was seen riding bikes in New York City with Erin Heatherton, a Victoria's Secret model. That's all it took for the dating rumors to start. Even though they didn't last long, it seems the breakup wasn't bitter. Years later, Erin said, "He's a wonderful person, and he's a friend of mine. I wish him all the best." That says a lot. The following year, in 2013, Leo's name was linked to Miranda Kerr, another Victoria's Secret model. She had recently split from actor Orlando Bloom. The two were spotted at a dinner with friends in Las Vegas. But before anyone could call it a romance, people close to them said it was just a friendly dinner. Miranda later married tech billionaire Evan Spiegel and became a mom of two. Also in 2013, a Brazilian model named Kat Torres claimed she was dating DiCaprio. She said they met at Cannes, and in an interview she shared, "Leo is amazing, but I worry about what he will think about me talking to you. We have a pact that nothing can ever be said about our relationship." However, soon after her words went public, reports came out denying the relationship. According to E! News, Leo and Kat were never a couple. So far, it's clear. Leonardo's relationships either stay very quiet or spark a bunch of questions. But there was more to come. Models, red carpets, and rumors that just won't die. In 2014, Leo was in a relationship with Toni Goren, a German-born model who also walked the runway for Victoria's Secret. The two dated quietly for about 18 months before they broke up in December. Toni eventually married actor Alex Pettyfer in 2020, sharing their wedding photos from her hometown of Hamburg. A few years after their breakup in September 2017, photos showed Leo and Toni walking together in New York after dinner. Some wondered if they were dating again, but it seemed like they were just catching up as old friends. Nothing more ever came out of it. Then, in 2015, DiCaprio was spotted getting close to Kelly Rohrbach, an actress best known for her role in Baywatch. They were seen sitting together at the U.S. Open and even riding bikes in New York City. Just like many of his past relationships, this one also stayed private. But the paparazzi didn't miss a beat. Then came the wildest rumor of all, Rihanna. In 2016, the singer and the actor were seen together at Coachella. They were also spotted at parties in Paris and at Rihanna's birthday after party in 2017. The rumors grew so big that a French tabloid claimed Leo had gotten Rihanna pregnant. That story was completely false. DiCaprio even took legal action and won the case. There was no clear answer if the two were ever a real couple, but fans sure loved seeing them in the same frame. In July 2016, Leo started dating Nina Agdal, a model from Denmark. She was 24 at the time, and their relationship seemed a bit more open than others. By October that year, reports said things were getting serious. But like many others before her, Nina's time with Leo came to an end quietly, without drama or public fallout. And then came Camilla Morrone. This relationship lasted longer than most, about 5 years. That's nearly a record in DiCaprio's love life. Camilla, an actress and model, was 20 years old when they began dating around late 2017. Leo had still been spotted with Nina in May that year, but by the end of it, Camilla was clearly the one by his side. Their relationship got a lot of attention, mostly because of the age gap. People online talked about it constantly. Camilla didn't stay silent. In 2019, she posted a video on Instagram and said, "I just read some of the comments on my Instagram. And my God, people are so mean and full of anger with people they know nothing about." She added, "Living without hatred feels pretty good." That same year, she also spoke to the Los Angeles Times. Camilla said, "There's so many relationships in Hollywood and in the history of the world where people have large age gaps. I just think anyone should be able to date who they want to date." At the same time, she admitted, "I probably would be curious about it too." One touching detail, she once posted a photo of herself at Koh Phi Phi in Thailand, the same island where DiCaprio filmed The Beach back in 1999. And although the couple attended the 2020 Oscars separately, they sat next to each other inside the venue. By August 2022, reports said they had gone their separate ways. After 5 years together, Leo and Camilla called it quits. But it wasn't the end of people trying to link Leo to someone new. The Gigi Hadid. Chapter after DiCaprio and Camilla split, all eyes turned to Gigi Hadid. Rumors spread fast. People started to say the two were secretly dating. Paparazzi followed their every move and headlines kept popping up. But sources close to Leo finally spoke up. One source told the Daily Mail, "They tried dating some time ago to see if there could be anything there, but there just wasn't." The source explained that Leo and Gigi had been friends for a long time, but nothing romantic came out of it. They also added, "They are not in an open relationship with no strings attached. People just need to let this go." Neither Leo nor Gigi have ever commented publicly on the rumors. And now, Gigi is in a relationship with actor Bradley Cooper. So, was there anything real between Leo and Gigi? According to those who know them, no. Just friendship and nothing more. But with DiCaprio, stories always seem to grow. His private life has stayed just that. Private. And even when the world watches closely, he rarely speaks up about who he's dating or why he keeps things low-key. But lately, one name has stood out from the rest. Someone who seems to be more than just another headline. After years of short flings and quiet breakups, DiCaprio's latest relationship has people talking for a different reason. Leonardo DiCaprio and Vittoria Ceretti. In 2023, Leonardo DiCaprio was first linked to Vittoria Ceretti, a well-known model from Italy. The two reportedly met during the premiere of Killers of the Flower Moon at the Cannes Film Festival in May. Not long after, they were seen spending time together in Ibiza, which only fueled the dating rumors. Vittoria, who started modeling at the young age of 14, has worked with big fashion brands like Versace, Gucci, Balenciaga, and Alexander McQueen. She's been part of the fashion world for years and has made quite a name for herself. Before meeting DiCaprio, she was married to Italian DJ Matteo Milleri, but their marriage ended in 2023. After her split, things seemed to move fast between her and DiCaprio. By August 2023, the pair were spotted vacationing together in Sardinia, Italy. Then came even more sightings, Halloween parties, the Rolling Stones concert in Las Vegas, a trip to Art Basel in Miami, and even DiCaprio's 49th birthday celebration in Los Angeles. In September, Page 6 shared photos of DiCaprio and Ceretti spending time with his mother. This moment made people think that the relationship was getting serious. When someone meets the family, people start wondering, could this be the one? But of course, with Leonardo DiCaprio, it's never that simple. What insiders are saying about marriage. Even though Vittoria and Leo seem to enjoy each other's company, insiders believe marriage is not in his future. According to sources, even though he's besotted by her, DiCaprio still doesn't feel the need to make anything official through marriage. A source told Page 6, Leo doesn't see himself ever getting married. He doesn't feel the need to tie the knot to make things official in his eyes. They also added that he really likes being with Ceretti and enjoys their relationship. But when it comes to becoming a husband, he just doesn't envision himself in that role. That news might not sit well with everyone. Another insider shared that Vittoria Ceretti is on a mission to become Mrs. DiCaprio. She's not just any girlfriend. She's investing in the relationship on every level. She is proving she's very invested in getting to know and love him on every level. She's not just another trophy girlfriend, said the source to In Touch Weekly. They added something interesting. She's actually playing this very well, because Leo has a very geeky side, and anyone that is going to last long-term in his life has to be supportive of that. So while Leo is known for his cool Hollywood image, it seems he also has a quieter, more personal side. And Ceretti might just be the kind of woman who understands that. Still, if she's hoping for marriage, insiders say that might be a battle she can't win. No ring, but plenty of public moments. People really started to speculate when Vittoria was spotted wearing a diamond ring. Some fans thought it meant Leo had proposed, but that wasn't true. The ring had been part of her jewelry collection since 2022, before she even met DiCaprio. Even so, fans joked online that maybe Leo was finally ready to settle down. He hit 50 and realized that it was finally time to settle down. LOL, one person joked. But according to those close to him, marriage still isn't something DiCaprio wants. And this isn't a new idea. He has dated many high-profile women. Gisele Bündchen, Bar Raffaele, Camilla Morrone. Yet he's never been close to getting married. Every time a relationship got serious, something always held him back. Even though he's now in his 50s, the pattern seems to continue. His relationship with Vittoria Ceretti may be special. And yes, it's lasted longer than many expected. But that doesn't mean a wedding is coming. And for those wondering if fatherhood might be in his future, well, that's another story. Turning 50 and thinking about the future. Leonardo DiCaprio turned 50 on November 11, 2024. That's a big milestone for anyone. And for someone who's been in the spotlight for so long, people naturally began to ask, what's next? Surprisingly, DiCaprio has said that fatherhood is still something he wants. In a recent interview, he said, "I am sure it will be, but it's true, I am not getting any younger." That's the first time he's really opened up about wanting kids. It might not mean marriage is coming, but it does show he's thinking about life differently now. Still, people who know him well say the same thing. They don't expect him to get married. One source told The Sun, Leo's true passion is acting. Relationships often take a back seat because he fully immerses himself in each role, making him incredibly successful. That's the pattern people have seen for years. He dates younger women. He enjoys his time with them. But when things start to get serious, his focus shifts back to his career. There's one thing everyone agrees on, though. Leonardo DiCaprio is a dedicated actor. Back when he was just starting out, he worked with Robert De Niro on the film This Boy's Life. That experience changed how he saw acting. DiCaprio once told The Guardian, "I watched his work, realized the caliber of actor that he was, and said to myself, I will never squander this opportunity." And he never did. That same dedication is what pushed him to the top of Hollywood. It's also what may have kept him from settling down. So even though fans and the media keep asking when DiCaprio will finally get married, the answer might be never. He's happy with Victoria. He enjoys spending time with her. But in his eyes, marriage just isn't necessary. What do you think about Leonardo DiCaprio's personal life? Will ever change his mind about marriage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from Hollywood's fascinating history. See you next time.